guys, how's it going? Ed here, and this is my first impressions of Aventus For Her, Eau de Parfum by Creed. Here in the UK it was launched in mid-June as an exclusive to John Lewis. The only other place you can buy this from as of right now is the Creed boutique in London. From what I've read online, this is going to remain as an exclusive to John Lewis until sometime in July. So the other day I popped into the Cambridge branch of John Lewis, really excited to try this, doused myself down head to toe with the fragrance, as well as applying a generous amount to a Creed tester strip, and decided to spend the day walking around the colleges in Cambridge so I could get a real feel of the fragrance and share my thoughts with you guys. As is the case with the great British weather, I literally experienced all 4 seasons in one day, so I got a good idea of how Aventus For Her performs under different conditions over the course of a day. In terms of prices, it's £120 for a 30ml bottle, £210 for the 75ml bottle, and £365 for the 250ml flacon. But before I get into how it smells, I have to say that I love the colour scheme of the bottle, and the atomizer on this is first rate. I get a good dispersal of juice with each blast, so I've got no complaints there. In terms of the design of the bottle, it's almost identical to the men's version. The Creed sales assistant at John Lewis told me that the top notes for Aventus For Her are green apple, violet leaf, pink pepper and Calibrium bergamot. In the mid-notes we've got rose, styrax and Mysore sandalwood, and for the base notes there's peach, cassis, amber and ylang ylang. But what I get on my skin is a very potent green, fresh bergamot opening along with a tangy apple note, all of which quickly develops into a contemporary, soft, semi-sweet floral mid comprising mainly of rose, peach, a tiny bit of bergamot and a hint of amber. Then it eventually dries down to a light, dusty rose sandalwood thing. It's also a little green with an odd twig-like note in there as well. At this juncture of the fragrance, I also experience a cool, ice cream-like effect, almost reminiscent of a smooth, creamy, milky floral with a touch of vanilla. I have to say I was a little bit disappointed as to just how quickly this evolved on my skin, as I really seemed to just burn through the notes on this. But all in all, Aventus For Her's a solid fragrance. I think it could be worn all year round, with the exception of the deepest, darkest winter. The opening's very nice, but I have to say, there was nothing about this fragrance that really stood out for me. From what my female friends said, I get the impression that this will be something that the average woman will either like or love, as there's really not too much to dislike about it. Performance on this over the course of the day wasn't really stellar. The opening 20 minutes or so were quite potent, but then it really did settle in a lot closer to my body, and projection was what I'd describe as average at best. In terms of the total lifespan of the fragrance, I got around 6 to 8 hours. On my skin, projection, sillage and longevity are nowhere close to that of the male counterpart. Now, as a guy, I didn't really feel comfortable wearing this after that initial opening, as personally I feel that it really does lean more towards the feminine side of things. But overall, Aventus For Her's a nice fragrance. So there you go guys, I hope you've enjoyed my first impressions on Aventus For Her, Eau de Parfum by Creed. Cheers for watching and take care.